which is good. Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to do a lot of the structural fascia work, which is the resistance work, which is the fascia flossing, because it's the best thing out there. And I really haven't done much stretching in the last couple of weeks because I've been getting so much body work done. And if I had to pick one thing, what we're going to do in the majority of today's class, this is what I would want to do if you want to work on your flexibility. So we're going to do a full body, but let's start with our foam roller. You're going to need 2 blocks for the class, and you're going to need your foam roller. So let's just do a little bit of foam rolling just because it feels good. And I like the way it feels. So lie on your back and put it underneath your neck. And just kind of rock your head from side to side. So my knees are bent and my feet are flat. And if I push with my feet, I can kind of get a little bit more pressure. And I'm kind of focusing on where the muscles kind of attach at the base of the skull. This feels good. I'm just going to rock from side to side. We're just going to do a quick foam roll sesh and work on that superficial fascia, right? Just going to rock from side to side. I have a softer foam roller today. I have the melt foam roller, which I really like. Then I'm going to sit up and I'm going to lay back down and I'm going to get that roller, put my hands behind my head. I'm going to lift my hips and I'm going to roll my upper back. So my core is engaged and my spine is going to stay straight. And I'm just bending and extending my knees. You don't want to arch your spine and lift your hips and look back with your hips up off the mat. And I'm going to slowly, and make sure you're breathing. We want to breathe and go real slow. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then I'm going to put my hips down. And I'm going to arch my spine with my head in my hands. And then I'm going to lift my hips and I'm going to roll the foam roller down 1 vertebra. And I'm just going to kind of work the roller down my spine. And I'm going to stop. And I'm not going to go any lower at the point when you find that you really can't take a breath, right? Because our lungs are kind of right below, right there at the bottom of the rib cage there. Our lungs kind of are right there, and we're going to push into them with the roller, and it's going to make it hard for you to take a deep breath. Then I'm going to roll over onto one hip. I'm going to put that bottom elbow down, and I'm going to roll underneath my armpit, and I'm going to roll back and forth here. It does not feel great on this shoulder, so I'm going to take it really easy. So you can have your chest down and really work on your pecs in the front of your chest, or you can put that elbow right up on your foam roller and you can start to roll around your shoulder blade. I'm taking my left hand and I'm putting it behind my head just to support my head. All we're trying to do is get some blood flow to these areas. You're just going to cruise around your back. Put your right armpit on the mat. You're going to roll over. You're going to put your other armpit on the mat. So our fascia is directly tied to our central nervous system. So we have 6 times more sensory neurons in our fascia than we do in any other tissue of our body, except for your skin. So it's part of your pain network. It's part of your pleasure network. It plays a huge role in the function of your nervous system, right? And we tie this mostly to our perception of pain, right? We don't usually roll and stretch and work on our fascia and our lymphatic system and get a massage because we feel too good. We usually are there because something feels stuck, and that's what happens with the tissue. It gets dehydrated, it gets stuck for a variety of reasons. All right, I'm gonna move down to my hips. So my shoulders and my head are gonna be on the mat. I'm gonna lift up like I'm in bridge position, and then I'm gonna put that roller underneath my hips. And I'm just gonna rock my knees from side to side. Maybe make some circles over in one direction. You need to engage your core and don't let your low back arch here. I like to go legs up the wall and open and close. So all we're looking for here is movement. We're working on the superficial fascia. We're giving some pressure. And like a massage, you're being your own massage therapist, to the level of fascia that's right underneath the skin. I'm gonna bicycle my legs back and forth. Feels super good. Any kind of movement is good. There's no right or wrong. We're just warming things up. All right, then I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna get into a forearm plank, and I'm gonna start working on the front of my body. So forearm plank, my elbows are down, my shoulders are wrapped forward so that I don't have a sunken chest. And I'm going to put the foam roller down on the top of my quads, and I'm going to roll either with your feet lifted, your toes can be pointed, or you can put your toes down on the mat, and you're just going to kind of bend and extend your arms to roll back and forth. And then I'm going to wiggle my butt from side to side. I'm kind of right on my pelvis. The low kind of, well, no, really more like on my hip flexors. So our fascia is really, really important, right? It's elastic, it propels us when we walk. It's functional, it supports us. Not as much as muscles, but it definitely does. It definitely supports us. Bend your knees and rock your ankles from side to side, and maybe move that roller down further onto your quads. This is tough. Engage your core. Make sure you're engaging your core. Today we're going to do, all of the work that we do today is going to require some strength. I'm going to push that roller down a little bit closer to my knees, but I'm going to stay off of my knee, the actual kneecap, right? We want to stay off of our joints. Fascia moves nutrients through the body, so it plays a huge role in nutrition and hydration. So if we have lots of stuck fascia in the body, it's going to be harder for all of those organs that are responsible for nutrition and hydration in order for them to function at their highest power, right? And it helps move lymph through the body. And you know, lymphatic flow is a big hot button here in 2026. Vibration plates, lymph classes, lymph flushes, lymph brushes, lymphatic massage, all that stuff is moving fluid, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So we want to find these little issues, these little tight places. All right, let's come back and sit down and put this roller underneath our hamstrings. Hands down, underneath the shoulders. And you can roll by scooting your butt forward and back. I like to wiggle my butt left to right and kind of cross fiber my hamstrings. You want to stay off the back of your knee, right? So the back of the knee is a joint. It's very vascular. You want to stay off of that. You can cross one ankle over the other, put a little bit more pressure there, and just kind of rock. I like to span, rather than spanning the length of the hamstring, I like to cross fiber and go left to right. So there's lots of things that hydrate our tissues, right? When we don't do the same thing every day, but we vary between, if you run, and then you do a HIIT class, and then you do a Pilates class, and then you do a stretch class, and then you do a weight training, and then you play basketball, or you do things that are hitting the muscles and going in lots of different directions. That's really, really good stuff. Let's go down and do the calves. So in this case, I keep my glutes on the mat. I cross one ankle over and I lean forward, and I kind of cruise left to right, because I find that if I lift my hips and I roll on both of my calves, I just don't get enough. And I'm going to move that roller down. Leaning forward is going to give me more pressure. I have a softer foam roller. And I'm going to keep moving down my calf to the soleus, which is the lower calf muscle. And you're gonna come all the way down to the back of the ankle and get in that Achilles tendon area. So when a stretch doesn't feel good, right, and we say, let's say my hamstrings feel tight, right? Your nerves are firing and they're registering pain and resistance. So the question is the muscle sending the pain signal to the central nervous system, or is the fascia? I'm going to go to the other leg, and I'm going to start up top of my calf. So which one is sending the pain signal first? It's probably the fascia. So if all we're doing is focusing on stretching, I'll take a yoga class and I'll hold some static stretches at the gym. I'll do a stretch class. I'll do Pilates on the reformer and I'll stretch on the Pilates reformer. We're still not hitting the fascia. We're just working on the muscles. It's not a bad thing to do. You've got to do a combination of both.